Everybody, my name is Nicholas Limbicki, and I am one of the entrepreneurial career consultants at LEAP Junction, which is Fanshawe College's entrepreneurship center. So if you're a current student or an alumni who is running their own business or maybe looking to get into running their own business for the first time, we would be the ones to support you. And today I'm just going to take you through a quick information session on what it is that we offer in terms of our services at LEAP Junction, but also a couple of co-op programs, because if you're watching this, you are most likely in a co-op 1020 class. So LEAP Junction is for students and alumni who ever dreamed of starting their own business. They've had an innovative idea they want to develop, or they just generally feel like they have what it takes to be an entrepreneur and they want to explore that skill set. If a student doesn't have an idea for their business, we will definitely still work with them to assist with brainstorming, because we believe that entrepreneurship can be for anyone if you're just willing to put in some of that work. So we'll work with anybody if your business is scalable, if it's a side hustle, if it's a hobby that maybe you just want to earn a little bit of extra cash from. It can be nonprofit, for profit, in any type of industry. As long as it's legal, we're willing to work with you on that. So LEAP actually stands for Leadership, Entrepreneurship, Alliances, and Passion, and those are like the main pillars of our programs at the college. So we like to use the metaphor that it starts with an idea, and that's you. So you're the light bulb, and then we provide the energy. So we provide you with the connection to resources that are right on campus, resources out in the London entrepreneurial ecosystem at large, and then just also by some of the knowledge that we possess as a LEAP Junction team. And then we essentially act as that cord to help you create light, which is then you starting your business and maybe even chasing after those dreams of being an entrepreneur. So more tangibly though, what do we actually do? So first and foremost, we educate. So through workshops, both in person and online, through our one-on-one mentorship and business coaching, our accelerator program, and then also our entrepreneurial co-op. I'll get into both of those programs in a little bit more detail near the end of this presentation. Second, we like to foster and facilitate a culture of entrepreneurship at the college campus. So we provide entrepreneurial focused events, and then we also provide like a physical space for our entrepreneurs in M building on the 3rd floor. And then finally, we like to connect our entrepreneurs into the local community in London, because we work within this really vibrant ecosystem of other entrepreneurial support organizations, and we love introducing them to you and getting you involved. So part of our workshop series and our education aspect is we have a virtual workshop series that lives on our website, leapjunction.ca. So during COVID, we had to obviously pivot because we weren't having students come on campus and attend our workshops in person. So we pre-recorded a 10-part series that allows students to kind of view at their will. So the first 3 are open to anybody. They don't have any passwords. So an ideation workshop, Entrepreneurship 101, which is a crash course in entrepreneurship, and then also the business model canvas, which is essentially a business plan on a single page. Then there's another 7 parts that are up there, but they are password protected. So if you do want access to them, you'd have to reach out to a LEAP Junction team member or book an appointment with myself or David, and we'd be more than happy to pass along that information. We just have them locked, so to prevent a little bit of information overload, but also just to ensure that you're meeting with us and working with us if you're utilizing those specific resources. So at LEAP Junction, our advisor team, we're business generalists, which means that if you're ever looking for assistance with sales and marketing and building your first website, some basic accounting and like financial spreadsheets, registering your business, that's where we can come in and we can offer that assistance. Where we might not be able to offer you as much assistance is in your specific industry that your business or your hope to business is going to be running. So if you ever do hit a knowledge gap, that's when we like to lean on the Inspire Mentorship program on campus, where you can get in contact with seniors or past graduates of your program if you're looking for somebody who can assist you on the academic side. But then also you can utilize their pool of resources to potentially meet with somebody who's in your industry and connect with them, ask questions, and that mentorship relationship can be either formal or informal. So if you are interested in getting in touch with us at LEAP Junction, the first way you can do that is by booking a meeting with myself or David for an intake. What an intake meeting is, it's about 30 minutes to an hour in length, and this is where we would ask you a bunch of questions to learn about you, your business idea, maybe your skills and your past experiences in employment, and then we would assess your needs, figure out how we can best help you, and this can be done either in person or online. Then you schedule meetings at your own pace based on your own schedule. So we don't say, you have to hit $1,000 in revenue before you come back and talk to us again. it's really up to you and when you feel like you need the support. That being said, we still like to give you the amount of time to go out and do some work in between meetings. So we wouldn't be able to meet with you every single day, but we would make ourselves available whenever you really need it. And then if there was ever a time where we thought, maybe you've outgrown our organization, or maybe you could be better assisted by another one of our partner organizations, either by themselves or at the same time as us, we would obviously connect you with the other advisors at those organizations. So I mentioned a large part of us creating this entrepreneurial ecosystem right on campus is we have entrepreneurship focused events throughout the year. So currently I'm filming this on February 24th, 2023. So we're in the winter semester. And that means our LEAP-in applications are currently open. They're open every year from January until March. And that is our summer accelerator program, which I'll give you some more details on in a minute. We have different marketplaces throughout the year. So we always have our demo day marketplace that celebrates our LEAP-in graduates in September. And then we have one coming up in March this year as a bit of a spring market to showcase more of our entrepreneurs that have either worked with us or graduated from some of our programs. We like to participate in Research and Innovation Day and the Global Entrepreneurship Week. And other ways that we create this kind of ecosystem right on campus is we have our business plan challenge in February, so the winter semester every year, but we also have our My Virtual Pitch, which is a shorter pitch competition in the fall each year. So definitely watch out for those and definitely sign up for our email list if you're interested on our website so you can stay up to date on any events or potential funding opportunities that do come down the funnel towards you. So I mentioned that we work within this kind of like larger ecosystem of organizations that support entrepreneurs in London, and this is where it gives us the opportunity to connect, collaborate on events with them, participate in different councils and boards, and make sure that we're always sharing best practices. We try to connect with the other advisor teams at some of the other organizations to make sure we're staying up to date on our knowledge and our skill set, but also to pass on any opportunities through them to you, the students and the alumni. So I won't go through every single organization that we do have kind of in our repertoire at LEAP Junction, but a couple just to name a few would be, Pillar Nonprofit Innovation Work. So they specialize in working with social enterprises, nonprofits, and charities. So if that's something that you are working towards or already operating in, we would definitely connect you with their advisor team. Tech Alliance is our regional innovation center, which works primarily with tech-based businesses, but you don't have to be a tech business in order to work with them. They really focus on businesses that are looking to scale, and their advisor team over there is very knowledgeable. Futurepreneur has a lot of resources, especially if you're an international student or an international entrepreneur in London. They have a lot of advising and potential funding sources that you can utilize as an international student. Our Traction is a digital marketing agency that I love setting up students with. They always offer very fair prices and extremely knowledgeable in their business. And then we have, the Small Business Center in London, which is really great at those, traditional business plans. They work with a lot of food-based businesses, and they offer tons of online workshops that are free to attend. And you can all utilize these either as a student or not in the City of London. So where we are, as I mentioned, like very briefly, is we're on the third floor in M building. So if you don't have any classes at M building, you might not have ever heard of us or even seen our office before. So we're on the third floor, right next to the elevator, and our office is really cool. So if you're ever looking for a place to drop in and study and work collaboratively, this is definitely a great place to be. We have windows from floor to ceiling. We have tables that are whiteboards that you can write on if you're a very visual learner who likes to vomit out all your information in front of you. We have meeting rooms, research materials, and then obviously you can access our staff if you ever have any questions that are very impromptu and wouldn't necessarily need to book an entire meeting. So because you're probably watching this in a Co-op 1020 class, I want to go over now the Entrepreneurial Co-op program, which is I am the program lead on. So Entrepreneurial Co-op is an opportunity for students to explore entrepreneurship related to their academic program while they're on a co-op. So this would be something that you could apply to through JobSite as opposed to a traditional co-op placement. Now, keeping in mind, an Entrepreneurial Co-op credit is an unpaid position. So you'd only be paid the money that you're able to generate through your business over the course of the term. So it is definitely something to keep in mind if you are thinking of applying to the Entrepreneurial Co-op program. But essentially, this co-op program allows you to work on your own business instead of your somebody else's, and still earn that co-op credit. You'd be supported by a community mentor that you've either have enlisted on your own, or potentially I could connect you with the Inspire mentorship program, the LEAP Junction staff, so myself in particularly, but you would still be supported by our manager and our other advisor teams if needed. And then your co-op consultant would be that kind of point of contact on any of those co-op specific questions that you have. And then there is a cohort, so I would definitely make opportunities for you to connect with each other, whether it is in person or online, and learn from one another and attend different workshops and learning activities together. Now, the process of application to this program is like any other one. So as I mentioned, you go to job site and you look for the Entrepreneurial Co-op job posting. You would submit a resume, a business proposal, and then at least one letter of reference. So the business proposal is usually what people get stuck on and they have a lot of questions about. So essentially what this is a business plan light. We do not expect you to have everything figured out and to be submitting a full business plan in order to apply to this program, but we just want you to answer, I think it's 8 basic questions just to let us know that you're committed to the idea, you've done a little bit of work and a little bit of research, and you have a bit of a plan moving forward in connection to your studies, but also then setting goals for your business. That being said, things definitely change over the course of the term, so I by no means will hold you to it. If you discover a way that you need to pivot in your business throughout the term, that is definitely okay by me. Then if you are selected to move on to into the interview process, you'd be interviewed by myself and your co-op consultant and a couple other people on the panel. And we would support you as much as we could through the term with workshops and connecting you with other community organizations, but keeping in mind that this is a very self-directed program. You have to wake up every day and be your own boss. You have to set your own work hours that are full-time in the term and work towards goals and objectives, and that's something that obviously I will help you out with along the way. Now, the actual requirements for the program over the course of the term are right in front of you on screen. So like any other co-op placement, you would submit a work term agreement with 3 learning outcomes to your co-op consultant at the beginning of the term. You have full-time work hours of self-employed work during this program, so that works out to an absolute minimum of 420 hours in a semester. Now, if you're working 40 hours a week on your business and it's for the entire 15 or 16 weeks that you're in the term, it works out to about 600-ish hours. So 420 is the minimum requirement that you do have to hit, though. It seems like a lot, but trust me, things definitely start to add up. You would submit an activity log at the end of the term, so a way of tracking all the hours and the activities that you did during that time, and that would be submitted to your co-op consultant at the end of the program. Now, on the activity log would go any time that you're doing market research, you're interacting with customers, you're going to networking events, you're attending workshops, you're attending meetings with myself and your co-op consultant. So literally anything that is related to your business and your entrepreneurial co-op work term is something that is a trackable hour on that activity log. You would enlist a community mentor as well, or if you're not at the point where you feel like you need a mentor, then I could slot in that mentor role, as well as being your business kind of coach, advisor, whatever you want to call it. You would submit to me a business model canvas at the end of the term, which is one of the workshops that I would get you to complete. You have 1 midterm check-in with your co-op consultant, and then regular check-ins with myself over the course of the term. So regular meaning at the minimum, again, you would have to meet with me once a month throughout the term. That being said, if you feel like you need a little bit more assistance, you want to have more meetings just to hold yourself accountable, I am more than willing to work with you on that, and we can adjust a meeting schedule during one of our first meetings. And then finally, you would have to complete our virtual workshop series, which is right on the screen in front of you. So the one that is pre-recorded, as I mentioned, and what lives on our website, is what you would be focusing on throughout the term. So the first one being, what's your big idea, Entrepreneurship 101 and the business model canvas, and then moving on into network mapping, market research, and customer segmentation. So these are all pre-recorded. You can watch them and complete the activities when you do have the time or when you set your work hours, and you need to complete the first 6 absolutely in that term. Then I assign 7, 8, 9, and 10 as needed, because there are times when I have a student who spends the entire semester doing market research and customer discovery, and then they don't get to the point where they actually need to worry about the 10th one, business registration and partnerships, because it's just not relevant at this time. So just keeping in mind, you do have to complete the first 6, and then I kind of assign the rest as needed. So the perks to applying and enrolling in the Entrepreneurial Co-op work term is that obviously you get a co-op credit while working on your own business. You get unlimited business advisor meetings. That being said, not every single day. I have to give you time to actually go out and implement and work yourself. You get access to any free online conferences, webinars, workshops, and anything like that based on your needs. And then a guaranteed interview with an application to our LEAP in Business Accelerator, which is another program that you can apply to as a current student, but also an alumni. If you're a current student and you apply to the LEAP in Summer Accelerator, this is also a program that can be used as a co-op credit. You don't have to complete an entrepreneurial co-op work term first in order to get into the LEAP in Accelerator, but you can, and it is a very smooth process of going from one into the next. So what exactly is our LEAP in Summer Accelerator? So essentially, it's a more intense entrepreneurial co-op, and its intendedness means is to provide a supportive, hands-on environment for entrepreneurs to take their business, services, or products from idea to hopefully implementation and launching during the program, or if not, very soon afterwards. So the program, this one only runs once every year, so during the summer term. So if it works out for your co-op semesters, that's great. But if not, maybe talk to your co-op consultant and maybe see if we can make something work and adjust those co-op work terms. So the program is 12 weeks in length and it goes from May to July. So this year in 2023, it'll be starting on May 2nd and going until the end of July. And the applications are open every year from January until the end of March. So it's a part-time incubator, which means that you spend every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with us, either in person or online, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then the expectation is that on the Mondays, Fridays, and weekends, you're out working in your business, implementing the strategies that we give you in the course, and just pushing forward and developing your business to whatever extent that is. So this program, as I mentioned, it's something that you can use as a co-op student for a co-op credit in lieu of the entrepreneurial co-op or traditional co-op placement. But this is also a program that you can apply to as an alumni. So if you think that maybe you want a traditional placement first to gain a little bit more experience, you can apply to this program 5 years, 10 years after you graduate and still get all the support that a current student would as well. So it's for anybody who wants to develop that innovative idea. And this program actually does pay you if you are lucky enough to be admitted into it. So each business that gets accepted into this program gets a $5,000 grant in funding that they can use to spend on their business and develop it as needed. That being said, we definitely recommend that you consult with us before spending all the money, because you want to make sure that you're spending it strategically at points in time where you need it to develop and move your business forward. So to receive this funding, though, you have to attend an absolute minimum 90% of the workshops, document your learning, and take part in any of the activities or learning opportunities that we present to you in this program. But again, these funds can be used to pay yourself if you have to maybe reduce your hours at a full-time or part-time job to get in here. It could be used to hire a temporary employee to access a professional service like an accountant or a lawyer, or it could be to buy materials to develop a product, or if you're a service provider, maybe you need to do a little bit more training before you're comfortable completing that service. Those are all legitimate reasons to be spending the money. So each day in the LEAP in Summer Accelerator, we bring in mentors, experts, professionals, anybody with experience as an entrepreneur who can then, assist you in their area of expertise. We customize this every year. So, if we had tons of students from the, let's say the marketing program in our accelerator in the summer, we would definitely be making sure we bring in lots of seasoned marketing agents and marketing consultants who have been doing this for a while to best assist you and then be able to answer some of those very specific industry questions. So they provide guided workshops, we have hands-on sessions, and we give you something actionable to leave with every day and to go out and try to implement the moment you walk out the door. So from developing your idea to creating your first workable online presence, that first sale, we'll try to have you covered and give you the best support that we can in this program as well. So topics are, as I mentioned, they change every year, but in general, we try to cover a lot of the basics. So, we make everybody create a website and launch it during the program. We go over QuickBooks and those basic financial accounting spreadsheets, B2B and B2C sales, how to access funding. If you are looking to get access to legal services like a lawyer, we go over contract law, CRM selection, how to do proper market research. The list really goes on, and it's definitely a lot, but we spread it out to make it palatable, and then you can use it every day in your business. So as I mentioned, this is 2023 in February that I'm recording this. So for that sake, the applications are still open. They're open every year until the end of March. So if maybe you're watching this during the next term, then just know that in the winter semester, these will be coming with similar dates as well. So if you are interested in getting involved with us, please book an appointment with us online at leapjunction.ca. We have our own website that's external to the Fanshawe College, or you can pop by our office, M3001, and visit us. We are open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 4:30, so regular business hours, but you're more than welcome to attend and pop in if you need. Lastly, we have to do that shameless self-promotion. So follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and visit our website, leapjunction.ca. There's tons of other resources that I didn't mention here today in this presentation. And if you're willing to get involved, it's the best way to do it. You can sign up for our mailing list, and you'll hear about all the opportunities that we have to you as a current student and also an alumni. So before we end, please scan this QR code. If it's up on screen for you to see, it'll take you right to our mailing list where you can sign up. And I really look forward to potentially connecting with some of you. Again, my name is Nicholas Limbicki, and I'm one of the entrepreneurial career consultants at LEAP Junction. Thanks so much for listening. Talk soon.